As I arrived at Hog Island, I couldn't help but notice the breathtaking views of Tamales Bay. I was then helped by an employee who showed me the process their oysters go through. This is where the process starts. The larvae are placed in this tank where they will build up their calcium carbonate and build their shell. After 2 weeks, this is the last time where they will be able to swim, and after 3 to 3.5 weeks, they will be placed in the oyster baskets to grow in the bay. These are the baskets the oysters are placed in once they get big enough to survive and grow in the bay. Oysters are left to grow in the bay for about 12 months to 3 years. After their time in the bay, they are placed in these large cylinder-like tubes to later be sorted. This is where the extraction of the oyster from the tube occurs. The oyster's shell are inspected for any harmful bacterial infections and to see if they are still worthy of consumption. The oysters must then be categorized and sorted into different tanks. The oysters must have a lot number, or where they were grown, size identified, the harvest date, area in the bay where it came from, and the type of oyster and how many there are. The different sizes of oysters are petite oysters, which are 18 months old, ranging all the way to medium oysters, which are 3 to 6 years. Hog Island also gets many different oyster imports from all around the country, ranging from oysters from Connecticut and Maine all the way to British Columbia and all around Canada. These tanks filter bay water through to eliminate any bacteria or anything else present in the oyster. And once the bay water is filtered through, it cannot be put back into the bay due to any harmful invasive bacteria from other regions. However, these tanks may be going away soon since the creation of the massive distribution center in Petaluma that filters around 23,000 gallons of water a day. These are the different prices and options to buy oysters to go. Hog Island also sells clams and mussels as well. It wouldn't be a proper Hog Island trip without some fresh, raw, and baked oysters straight from the bay. Eating these oysters, I have a newfound appreciation for all the work and process the oysters go through from larvae to plate. On the way back, I spotted an oyster farm further down the bay.